Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Tuesday, the 7th of June 2022. In today's Mill news, I'm going to start off with this from the news at den.co.uk. So obviously they've spoken to Gary Rowett this week and they're parceling out the various things that he's spoken about. And today we get this. He's speaking about the link to the Derby County defender, Nathan Byrne, or is it Nathan Byrne? So yeah, Mill was on link to Derby County defender. Gary Rowett hasn't completely dismissed a link to Derby County's Nathan Byrne and admitted he is a very good attacking right back. A recent report claimed Mill wanted to take Byrne, who has triggered a one-year contract extension based on appearances to the Den from Rowett's former club. Byrne, 30, was voted Derby's player of the season as the Rams were relegated to League One after having 21 points deducted for breaking financial rules. We'll have names thrown at us. There will be lots of players linked. Rowett told News. Nathan Byrne is a very, very good attacking right back in this division. He has been doing it for a long time in this division, and his form was excellent again last year for Derby. What Derby will do with players that are either out of contract or have options or whatever is not my concern. Again, I'll leave these sorts of negotiations to Alex and Steve. There are lots of players on the line's transfer targets, so I won't really comment on whether we're interested in specific players. Yeah, that's a thing that he said in the past. He doesn't really like to talk about it like that. Most of them are like that, aren't they? But what he did say, he's a very good attacking right wing back, and I think he wants someone like that bringing in because he doesn't still rate Danny McNamara, and we kind of saw that in the game against Bournemouth. Danny McNamara had a lot of time on the ball, he was going forward a lot, and he didn't really do anything dangerous in the final third of the pitch. Now he didn't really have anyone with him, like Jed Wallace wasn't on the pitch at the same time as he was involved on the ball. If he was, then he probably could have fed him and it would have been a bit more beneficial. But I think we are trying to sign a right wing back, someone who is a bit more experienced to push Danny all the way. And we'll see how Danny McNamara gets on. Could be a bit of pressure on him next season, but again, we will see. Now, the same kind of thing happened to Willie Mitchell. He kind of faded out of the team a bit, came back, and he hasn't looked back. He's just gone on and on and on. So we'll see if the same thing happens to Danny McNamara next season. And I wonder who or what type of wing back we bring in, because I do think we need to bring one in. Marlon Romeo's almost certainly leaving, and can we really play Ryan Leonard there? Not ideally, is it? Not ideal. So moving on to this story, which has been confirmed today. I told you about this the other day. Ex-Mill captain discusses AFC Wimbledon move. So yeah, former Mill club skipper Alex Pearce has joined AFC Wimbledon. And the first half of this is basically the stuff I spoke about the other day, but we do have some quotes. So I'm absolutely delighted, Pearce said on the Don's official media channels. As soon as I got into contact with the manager, it moved pretty quickly. We met each other, our eyes met. Things moved pretty quickly, and I'm really pleased to get it done fairly early into the summer window so that I can rest and relax and enjoy the rest of my summer and get ready for the season. As soon as I met the manager, I loved what he was saying, what it was about. That was the main pull, really. The ambition that he showed me in terms of getting his club back to where it needs to be, back to where it should be. The standard he wants to set, that's right up my street as well, because I like to set my own standards in what I do. We're just aligned on a lot of things, and hopefully we can all pull together and do the business for this club. The boss wants me to come in and be the player that I am, really, I suppose. He's not asking me to do anything I want already know. He wants me to come in and be a big part of it and stamp my own presence on it, stamp my own authority on the club. Hopefully it all pushes in the right direction, and that's what I'm here to do as well. I'm a team player and I want to help this football club get back on the right track. Interesting stuff though. So he said to get the club back to where it needs to be. Now that depends where you look at the club. Now AFC Wimbledon obviously formed when Wimbledon was moved to Milton Keynes and became Milton Keynes Dons, and I think they won an actual legal battle, so they actually got all of the history and all of the honours have been given to, I think it's been given up, or it was given up by MK Dons to AFC Wimbledon and said, yeah, we'll fucking take it then, we'll be our own new club. And so basically, even though AFC Wimbledon is a new club, and they started right at the bottom, I think they were at step 10, they worked their way up incredibly. They had, like, they were going to games in leagues that had like 50 supporters going to games, and they brought like 3,000. It was crazy when that was going on. I don't know if you remember all that. So they worked their way up. So getting to where they are now, or where they were, League One, was like a pinnacle for the new club that started right at the bottom. That's like they reached the top. But if you go back to where it was, to the old Wimbledon that got to the FA, that won the FA Cup against Liverpool, that is that what they are? That's kind of gone. That's they were that, and then it went away, and they've rebuilt something out of the ashes, and they did very well doing that. They've got the new stadium as well. It's incredible what they've done from literally nothing, from the ground up. But yeah, what they were, that FA Cup team, winning team of Wimbledon FC, that's been and gone. So I don't know if they're trying to get back to that, but it's not really an option, is it? They're in the league, which is good, but they're back down in League Two, which is a bit of a dump, to be honest with you. I mean, there are clubs in the bottom of League Two that are worse than the top of the National League because of the restrictions and the rules that were in place in League Two and the costs, extra cost to meet those rules and regulations. It would probably be better for them if they just got relegated and played in the National League, and they could have a whole new lease of life. But what are you going to do? So Alex Pearce has joined them. Good luck to them. Could we see other Mill players go there now? I don't know. Maybe some players on loan if they're in League Two now. We'll see. I don't know. Be interesting. So we're going to finish now with this story from millfc.co.uk. An electric future at Millwall Football Club. What is this about? Oh, it's about that thing you can see there. That absolute unit there. Car charging, electric car charging. Millwall Football Club have recently installed charging ports for electric vehicles at the stadium. This move comes as London works to reduce pollution and have cleaner air. 8 charging points for electric vehicles have been installed in the stadium car park at Den. Sean Daly, CEO of the Millwall Community Trust, says, I think we made one of the first professional football clubs to have installed charging ports in the stadium for electric vehicles. These chargers can be used by local residents that live around the stadium and on match days by supporters. Electric cars are the future, with diesel and petrol cars gradually being phased out as part of the government's plans to protect our environment. So it is important we build the infrastructure to meet future demand. Any revenue from the chargers will serve to support the trust with their groundbreaking community programs. Oh, so you have to pay to use them? I have no idea how any of that stuff works. The EV charger points were funded via the EFL Trust and were installed by a London Bridge-based Virtus Energy Limited. Visit their website here. So, if it's being paid for by the EFL Trust, then you would imagine other clubs are doing it. So maybe we are the first, I don't know. But if the EFL are paying for it, what's the harm? But so people have to pay for that then? I don't know. I always thought they were free, because I thought that they were trying to get people to switch, so they're doing it for free, and then as soon as enough people switch, they'll pull the rug from under you and start charging you. But I guess you have to pay for it already. But yeah, I think the first sentence kind of sums it up. The move comes as London works to reduce pollution and cleaner air. Yeah, I think that's the realistic aim. There are a lot of dopes out there saying it's going to save the world, prevent climate change and all that, and I just want clean air. I want clean air. I want clean country. What was it? That also keep Britain tidy, with the Britain flag putting rubbish into a bin. Yeah, that's what it's about. I mean, climate change is, whatever you think about it, if Krakatoa exploded tomorrow, or Yellowstone exploded and pumped a load of volcanic ash into the atmosphere, we could be looking at another ice age. So there's literally nothing that human beings can do about the climate or anything like it. It's controlled by the sun, and it's controlled by volcanoes not exploding, thank God. But cleaner air, to breathe that would be a benefit. So 8 charging points installed at the den. Will you be using them? I don't know. I suppose when it's match day, you have to pay for a car parking permit. They're pretty, and even then it's kind of pretty controlled and regulated. They don't just hand them out willy-nilly. So who gets the ones by the charging points? Anyway, and on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.